This is the Mythological meditation for the Ovulation Phase. As we come into this meditative space, breathe deeply, allowing the breath to fill every tiny crevice of your lungs. Hold it within, feeling the fullness of the edges of your lungs press against and expand your ribs and the intercostals, the muscles that hold your ribs together. Exhale slowly and completely again, noticing the emptiness once your lungs are completely empty. Take another breath in, trying to take even more breath in, noticing the feeling of fullness within you. Then exhale completely when you're ready. Return to a normal breath, taking particular notice of your body today. What sensations do you feel? Is there any space that feels tight or constricted? What about loose and flowing? Sink deeper into your seat, feeling your feet on the floor beneath you. Allow your inner vision to lead you back to the path in which you met your previous selves. The ground feels warm beneath your feet, and everything is lush and green around you. The sun is high in the sky, and your cheeks glow with its warmth. You walk along the path, enjoying the summer scene around you. Take in a bit from all your senses here. Soon the path leads you to a new scene that appears to be an orchard. Within the orchard are tons of fruiting trees, bushes, or vines, bursting with ripe fruits that happen to be your absolute favorite fruit. What is the fruit? You weave through the orchard, drinking in the beautiful sweet smells. In the center of the orchard, you see a woman. She is yourself, a beautiful adult version of yourself, at a time you felt most alive and most vibrant. She is picking your favorite fruit and is filling a basket with the harvest. She motions you to her, smiling, and hands you a generous serving of the fruit. Notice this version of yourself here in this summertime orchard. As you share this moment, you see rustling behind this vibrant version of yourself. The old storyteller woman appears from behind her, and she approaches, taking in the beautiful scenery with her mouth open in a wide smile. She leans upon her cane as she draws near, and motions you both to sit as she clears her throat to begin. Sweet ones, it is time to hear the end of the story of dear Psyche and her beloved Eros. You sit in a nice shaded spot in a soft patch of lush green grass and listen. Poor Psyche, heartbroken at the loss of her Eros, who flew off in disbelief at his wife's betrayal of his one vow to him, spends her days and nights searching endlessly for him, longing to reunite and make amends for her betrayal. She prays to the goddess Aphrodite for help, But Aphrodite, still offended by Psyche's beauty, refuses to answer. In addition to her jealousy, she is now angry at her son Eros' love for her. However, she soon devises a plot to seek revenge on poor Psyche. She agrees to help her if she can accomplish 3 tasks. The first, Aphrodite brings Psyche to an enormous pile of mixed grains, of dozens of different kinds of grains. She instructs the girl to sort the pile overnight, a task that would be impossible for one girl. As Psyche sat before the grain and began her work, she saw an army of ants appear, who began to assist her with her sorting. Before long, all the grain was sorted. Annoyed, Aphrodite next assigns her to gather golden fleece from a rare herd of rams that are known to violently attack any who approach. In dismay, Psyche goes to throw herself into the river that borders the mountainous area where the rams are grazing, when a reed that emerges from the riverbank begins to speak to her, instructing her how to retrieve the fleece. She must wait until nighttime, when the aggressive rams have passed, and pick the fleece left behind from the trees that the rams scratch themselves on during the day. At this point, Aphrodite is enraged and devises the most difficult task of all. Psyche must journey to the land of the underworld, which is in itself impossible for a mortal like Psyche, to retrieve the queen of the underworld, Persephone's special box that holds a magic cosmetic. But the only way to travel to the underworld for a mortal was to die. In hopelessness, Psyche climbs the highest tower she can find, intent to throw herself off to end her suffering. But before she jumps, she hears a voice telling her how to enter the underworld safely. She will meet the 3-headed dog Cerberus and must feed him honey seed cakes. While the 3 heads fight over the cakes, she may safely pass. She does as the voices instruct and makes it past the 3-headed dog, retrieves the magic cosmetic from Persephone, and begins to make her ascent back to the upper world. On her return, Psyche is filled with a curiosity to see what is within the box. She longs to be beautiful so that Eros can no longer resist her and stay away. She opens the box and falls into a deep, death-like sleep. It is at this point when Eros, who was not only watching, but had sent the ants and been the voices giving her instruction in the last 2 tasks, decides to intervene. He descends from above to Psyche's side and puts the beauty sleep back into the box, waking his wife from her unconsciousness. He carries her back up to the sky to Aphrodite. The beautiful goddess Aphrodite's heart softens, seeing the girl's devotion to her son and her perseverance through all the cruel tasks she had given her. She blesses their union, even throwing them an elaborate wedding feast, dancing for joy at their love. Eros and Psyche are reunited at last, and through their union they are blessed with a child, whom they name Bliss. It is at this point the old woman gives out a hearty sigh, which ends in a little chuckle. She bows to you and the version of you seated beside you, and retreats back in the direction she came. You turn to face your other with a knowing recognition of the story you just heard. She gives your hand a little squeeze and says goodbye, as you begin to slowly come out of that summery orchard scene. As our story draws to a close, slowly start to come back to the room now, taking another deep inhale and exhale, noticing any body sensations as you return back to your physical form. Stretch and move your body in any way you need or want to, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes.